Good morning, friends. Today is a very sunny day. Very little clouds in the sky. I think it's only supposed to go up to around 24 degrees, so it's going to be nice. But today I'm also working. As you can see, I'm wearing my work attire. So, not really looking forward to that, but I'm also kind of looking forward to getting some tips and whatnot, which is always fun. So today, I guess I'm going to talk about something that I did yesterday, which I find is definitely not as intense as my last subjects, but it's really just about fashion sense in general. I feel like a lot of the times people have this notion of trying not to be formal, and this has nothing to do with the clothes they have that are expensive. It's mostly just about the fact that they choose not to wear clothes that look too nice, I guess, or not that they don't look nice, but it's just this concept of formality, right? So yesterday it was a little bit cooler than today. It was cloudy, and I was thinking, like, I was wearing like a button-down shirt and some gray slacks, and I was thinking like, oh, I should wear a jacket today. And then I was looking at my jackets, and I didn't really see anything that I wanted to wear, right? Like, I had my windbreaker, which I didn't think would go well with what I was wearing. And then I saw, I had this sports coat just in my closet, right? And normally, why would I wear a sports coat on just a regular day when I'm going outside to hang out with some friends for no particular reason? It seems a bit formal for that. And then I was thinking, well, it's just a jacket. It's, there's nothing really complicated about putting it on. Like, I can understand you put on like a shirt and tie. A tie is like something that takes a while to put on. It's, it's an unnecessary effort to put into unless you're going to something that requires it, right? So then I thought, why not wear the sports jacket? And because in the back of my mind, it's not because it's too expensive, really. I got it from my dad. It's like a hand-me-down, right? It was like an old jacket that didn't fit him anymore, and he said, here, you can have it. It's from I think the 80s or something. So anyway, I wore it, and it was fine. I enjoyed it. It didn't put any effort into wearing it. So the concept of this thought in my head that went on, it's like, oh, I don't know if I should wear this. It's a bit too formal, is a little bit odd for me. It's a little bit odd to wrap around my head. Like, where does this notion of trying not to look good come from, right? You have all these people that wear like these $300 sweatpants, and that's perfectly fine. But the minute they put on, you'll put on $300 sweatpants, you'll go out, you'll be with your friends. No one will question anything, except you're wearing these super expensive sweatpants. But if you wear a sports jacket that you might have just gotten for free, or you went to like a thrift store and you can get one for like $20, then it's like, why are you wearing the sports coat? What's with the sports coat? And it's a little bit odd. I guess it just has to do with how fashion is today. But it's not like offensive to look at, or I shouldn't say really offensive, but it's not a something that's like off-putting to look at. If I wear like some 16th century like garb there, like a Napoleon type of jacket and hat, then I would understand. It's like, why are you wearing that? It's a little bit odd. But wearing a sports coat really isn't that odd. It's just kind of a different style, and it's just known to be something you wear in a formal setting. Well, what constitutes as a formal setting, right? And why do we have this weird notion of needing to have formal clothes that we can only wear in formal occasions, even though there's no real difference in price, in effort to put it on, or anything? It's like people wear designer clothing outside all the time that cost like hundreds of dollars, and like I already said this, but it's a little bit peculiar to me. If we're trying to look nice and we're trying to look presentable in a fashion sense, why are we focusing all our time and attention on sweatpants and t-shirts and basically garbage clothing, right? It's like disposable clothing. You wear sweatpants when you're like going to sit around the house all day and not do anything. When you wear a sports coat, it's kind of like, all right, I'm going out, I'm doing something. And now it's like socially acceptable to wear fancy sweatpants and fancy sweat clothes and exercise gear that costs hundreds of dollars, and you don't even anticipate to work out in that clothing. So this is something that like is just interesting to me, because I'm just going to keep repeating myself. It's just odd that you can't wear formal clothing on a normal day. You have to wait for the right time. And I have some nice formal clothing, that I never get to wear because it's too formal for any setting. So now I'm just rethinking my entire fashion sense into thinking, why should I restrict myself in how I dress just because other people might think I look too nice? Is that like the whole thing, that I just don't want to look nice? Is that a societal thing that we have where we want to look as shitty as possible? I mean, I'm not really much of a fan of current fashion trends. Some of it I actually like. Like I like the Yeezys and whatnot. Those are pretty comfortable. I guess that's the thing, is the comfort level. I guess I would like equate why people wear $300 sweatpants is because it's comfortable, I guess. But even some of those sweatpants I see, they have like zippers all around the sides, and they're all like tapered and all this other shit. Like I find like when I wear tapered pants, they're not really that comfortable. They're kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of difficult to put on in the first place. And then you have all those zippers, so I feel like that could get like caught on some shit, and I feel like that's also not really comfortable. You also make a lot of noise when you walk around, I feel like. I don't know, I've never worn anything like that. I don't really anticipate myself to wear something like that. I've also seen those t-shirts that have zippers coming up the sides, and they're like really long shirts. They're like almost dresses. I just don't understand that. Really just kind of like, doesn't bother me, but it's just odd that what fashion is nowadays. There's no sense of practicality. It doesn't really like look nice, right? I mean, it's almost like a fashion sense of trying not to look nice or trying to look casual. I think that's the big deal. People want to be low key. People want to look casual, and they'll pay $300 to look like that. Or they'll spend money for like the designer brand label. Instead of actually trying to look aesthetically pleasing, they'll spend extra money to have like a logo that proves that they have money, which I guess is the current mindset that a lot of people, especially young people, are in nowadays. So it's just odd, and I feel like a lot of people are pressured into dressing a certain way when they want to dress something else, and they feel like they can't because it's too formal or it's too weird. And I don't know, I feel like as I'm getting older and older, I just sort of care less and less about what other people think. And that was the same thing yesterday. There was a part of me that said, oh, I shouldn't wear this, and then I realized that it's stupid to care about what other people think of me, and how if I wear a sports coat, people are going to look at me. And no one even like complained, really. No one said, oh, you look stupid for wearing that. I pretty much got like only compliments from wearing it. So, if you're in a situation where you have a sports coat or you have nice clothing, don't be afraid to wear it. Right? Don't feel that just because we live in a casual fashion society, you shouldn't have to wear this nice clothing, because you'll just stand out and you'll look nice. It's not standing out in a bad way. You'll actually like attract people. People will look at you in the street. That's what I noticed when I wore the sports coat. I had this sense of like, I don't know, it's like being at another level, right? It's like you're wearing a sports coat. It's like, ooh, who's this guy? Which is a perfectly fine thing to have, especially if we are very selfish people and we want to attract people. You know, dressing nice is kind of a crucial thing, and I feel like people don't want to do that. So anyway, that's what I was thinking. Hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.